Okay, who can tell me what the next step is? Take the 2 over to the other side and close, not quite, try again. That's typically how I asked questions in my math class and how I replied. That format of asking questions is called IRE. Initiation, response, evaluation. So I asked the question, a student gave an answer, I evaluated and initiated another question. IRE, IRE. Problem with that type of questioning, and something I've only started doing later in my practice after much thought, and recently was really well articulated for me while I was reading some Dylan Williams' book, Embedded Formative Assessment, was I'm doing all the work. I'm starting the question, the student gives me an answer, but I evaluate it and then I ask another question. Williams proposes this in its place as a response to IRE, pose, pause, bounce, bounce. Pose the question. So, what would be the next step to solving this equation? Don't wait longer than 3 seconds. David answers. Take the 2 over to the other side. Cindy, what do you think of David's answer? Pose, pause, pounce, bounce. Williams even talks about one teacher who, when using this technique in her class, says, okay, what's the next step in the equation? And in her head, she says to herself, 1, 2, 3, 4, got to wait a little more. And then she asks, then she pounces on a student and then bounces it over to another student. And that turns out to put the lion's share of the work on the students and incorporates just the right amount of wait time, about 3 seconds. When you wait much longer than 3 seconds, it might slow the class down and make it drag too much. If you wait much less than 3 seconds, then you haven't given the students long enough to really think about what you're asking them. Average wait time for teachers, turns out, is less than 1 second. So, it's the end of the school year, but maybe this is something that might lead to some more interesting questions and even an interesting way to lead class discussions. Give it a go the next time you find yourself in class. Cheers.